NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermani. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
Oh, yeah. What's up, people? Oh, what up, Maz? How are you?
Hey, brother.
I missed you, buddy.
Miss you too.
I've always wanted to hug you. I never have the courage to do it.
Why? I'm a hugger.
You intimidate the hell out of me.
I'm a hugger, man.
You scare the hell out of me.
Thanks for waking up for us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you, man.
I have to go get my beauty nap in so I can do this show.
Hey, Ryan and Braylon, a much-needed day off today. Hey, they work double time, so here we are, Adam and I, for the next 2 hours. And special guests. We got some people coming up today.
Oh, yeah, we got Pistons Talk at 2:12, top of the hour. Tony Paul joins the show. It's going to be a great, great show. And look, all things are normal in this world right now. The Tigers are losing. That's normal. Right? Me and Maz doing a show together. That's normal. Everything is normal today. By the way, welcome back. Round of applause to Flannel Sam in the audio booth. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back, and I saw you guys held it down very, very well while I was gone. So big thanks to Fish, and let's do a great show today. Let's get it back going.
Were you watching us while you were in Arizona?
I tuned in from time to time. I had to check back in because this is my show, or I'm part of a show, and I'm very, very excited to see what we become. And even when I'm gone, I just got to make sure we're doing it right.
Attaboy.
All right, I got one question for you. Did Darren or Easy give you an introduction like I just gave you?
It was about the same.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go again.
All right, let's get it started. The Pistons land the number 5 overall pick. The Tigers lose again. Let's just start with the Tigers real quick.
Yeah, they're playing now.
We have a lot of time for the Pistons. Tigers lose again to Tampa Bay. Not today's game, yesterday's game. Maz, they can't hit the ball. And
they
in
can't.
baseball, you can't rely on your pitching staff to go 6-7 innings or your starters to go 6-7, give up nothing to 1 run at most, and then rely on the bullpen to close it and win these games 3-2, 2-1. It's just not going to happen. Maz, they can't swing the bats, and I don't know what to say.
I know. Last night, and I think Fletch could put it up, they had 7 hitters, 7, that were hitting 214 or less. Take a look at that. That's a lineup. That's a major league lineup. Now, today, Eric Haas is out. Tucker Barnhart's in. He's in the 260s. Got a hit already today. They're down 3-0, by the way. So, again, Erod with the start could not get out of the first inning scoreless. So, it's 3-0 right now. You can't win ball games when you got guys hitting 214. Poor Torque, what's he hitting, 158?
158, and it just went down because he just grounded out the second.
And like I said, we have Tony Paul coming in, Detroit News. The guy knows the Tigers backwards and forwards. We've got to ask him. I got lots of stuff to ask him about this team. And how many guys can come up and maybe help save this team? And I think maybe the cupboard is a little bare. Riley Green is the name we hear. He's fighting back from that foot injury that happened in spring training. He's due back here at least in June, coming up here. And then you got the pitchers that are down. Casey Mize is still down. Matt Manning is still down. It just goes on and on. But you got to hit the ball.
Maz, as much as injuries play a role, I have to say, like this to me is the fundamental issue with everything Al Avila has done in the 8 years that has gone on.
I mean, we can go there.
When you trade J.D. Martinez and Justin Verlander for a condom, that's what you get.
Yep.
And
he thought he was doing well, and unfortunately they haven't.
They had a good offseason. Have to be fair. They finally spent money. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
What do you know? A baseball team spending money. Holy hell! Can't believe it. They go out and get 2 players in free agency. They trade for Austin Meadows, which I thought was
it is still good. It's an upgrade.
I thought it was a good signing, and it was a right now signing too, which I appreciated.
Correct.
And then season starts 9-23, and they go on in with 4-game win streak, and everything's fine in the world, and now they're down 3-0.
Yep.
And they're
gave up 8 runs last night. 8-1 last night, the final. Tampa Bay's a good team. That's the only thing that you can look at.
I could live with the record, Maz, if they would swing the bats correctly. If they could just hit the baseball consistently.
But you know what they say. It's too cold for these players in the beginning of the year. It's warmed up now, and you're in Tropicana Field. That's about 72 degrees, very comfortable, air-conditioned. They got to hit, man, and they're just not doing it. They're not a very good team, and I just don't know where to even go. I wish we could talk more baseball, but there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about.
It's not looking good. It wasn't looking good last night either for the Pistons, to be honest. This is a team that was projected to get the number 3 overall pick. They sucked and earned the right to get the number 3 overall.
Well,
pick.
there were 4 earners in there. 3 of them paid off. 1 got screwed.
And that was the Detroit Pistons. They
Correct.
fought a 5. Maz, let's be real, outside of the top 2 or 3, yes, it's a nice draft class, but if you look back at the history of the number 5 overall pick, there is one player in the last 19 years,
Luka.
that has had a worthy first-round pick. Well, technically, it was Trae Young.
Okay.
So Luka doesn't count.
Okay.
And that's Dwayne Wade.
All right.
Dwayne Wade's the only one.
And that was the class that we took?
And that's the class
Darko
we took,
Milicic. Right.
Just to put it into context. Not that you can't, by the way, if you go through that list of players, lots of good players, right? But do you want to add a good player next to Cade Cunningham, or do you want to find him his Robin?
You do.
That's what you're looking for. And I don't know if you can land a Robin at pick number 5.
You might be able to get a Batgirl, though. A number 3.
Yeah.
Might be able to get a number 3. We'll see how it goes. We're going to have Anthony in here in Pistons Talk in just a few minutes.
Absolutely.
He'll deep dive more into this. But Troy Weaver said at the beginning of this whole concept, yeah, we can go down to number 7. But you know what? I got 7 guys on the board that I love. And I know he's got to say those things. And he went and he said, he talked today and he basically said, Piston fans, don't be disappointed. Be excited because we're going to get a terrific player. This board is deep, and he's got 7 players that he loves. They're picking 5, so you have 5, 6, and 7. You got 3 players left on that board of his that's going to fit in.
The NBA has always been a top 3 pick in the draft league. Always, always, always. From when I was peeing in my diapers till now. If you have a top 3 pick, unless you are just very unlucky or you're just very stupid and you draft Anthony Bennett, you typically have an opportunity to draft a player that can change around your franchise. Now, does it mean championships? No, but it means you're a playoff team in 3-4 years, and it means you're contending for the next 10 years. And the Pistons, unfortunately, missed out on it this year, but hey, they did get it last year with Cade Cunningham, who will be this team's number 1, their absolute star player. Maz, Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have Anthony on. We can ask him all the questions in the world. I want the guy traded. I'm not sure.
Why do you want to get rid of him so bad? Do you not like his game?
His game doesn't fit with the current Detroit Pistons roster. If the Pistons were in the year 2026, Cade Cunningham was in his prime in terms of being a superstar player. There was a clear number 2 on the team. They had big men. And then you told me Jeremy Grant, wing and D, could get you 14 points a game, only take 8 to 10 shots a game. Would love him. On this team, has taken 15, 17 shots the year prior. It's unnecessary, not needed. A guy is a player that just doesn't fit with what this team's doing. He needs to go to a contender and be a number 3.
Well, I hope they could find a partner for him. Portland was hot on him, but they didn't get that number 1 lottery pick that they wanted. We'll see. Where'd they wind up, by the way? Portland, I think, wound up in the top 15, I think, at least. The Knicks, for the 18th straight year, by the way, have not moved up. The New York Knicks, and the lottery started with the New York Knicks back in the day. The great Dave DeBusschere from Detroit, played at UAD, played at St. Clair Montefalco in Grosse Pointe. There he was. He got the pick, Patrick Ewing. They all thought the card was bent, and David Stern picked out the Knicks card, and there's like 30 for 30s on it. I mean,
what are we going to do about your Knicks?
I don't know, man. Look, I just put it simply. I tell the guys in the back, look at me. I was 11 when the Knicks won the championship. Look at me.
Holy hell.
Yeah, I was 11. 11 years old. The spirit of 1973. That's it.
Maz, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they need to sell the team. Dolan needs to get out.
Yeah, we all say that, but he's not gonna.
Once Dolan goes, and if he goes,
he's pathetic.
I think they win the number 1 overall pick. 100%.
Hey, maybe Zion Williamson will wind up going there. I got a lot of basketball questions for Anthony when he comes in here. But, people here don't give a damn about the New York Knicks. They care about the Pistons. And you know what? 2 years ago, I was going to the Palace. This was pre-Cade. That was a very entertaining team. They didn't win a ton of games, but I really enjoyed watching them play. And I went to a ton of games that year in 2020, 2021. Last year, they were not fun to watch. A couple games here and there, but it just didn't. I don't know what it was. They tore the team down. Everyone got traded or sent away, And I don't know about this team. I just hope that guy is going to be there at number 5 that can maybe put them back in the show and maybe start competing for a playoff again.
Well, it could. And some of the players available, again, these are players with high upside. They're maybe not the unicorn that maybe Chet Holmgren is. They're definitely not a Jabari Smith. But, again, potential. And that's the key word. You're going to get a guy at pick number 5 that has potential. I'll tell you who else has potential. You, all of you, at home. Betting on my bookie, it's the easiest way to make money, right, Mass?
MyBookie, that's right. You got it. Don't forget to go to mybookie.com or mybookie.ag. Put it right on your phone like I have it. Very easy to use. Make sure you use the promo code Woodward, especially if you're a first-timer, because they are going to double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Give them a try. You got basketball and hockey tonight. Take a chance. Who you got, the Warriors or the Mavericks tonight? Warriors, 2-point favorite, making a 5-point favorite in that game. Last night, the Heat -2. I thought the Celtics had them. They didn't play a fourth quarter. Just didn't happen. So get on mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
OddsTrader.com, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Begin your handicapping journey at OddsTrader.com. For play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking, download OddsTrader from the App Store today. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sportsbooks, visit OddsTrader.com. Player statistics and key game stats are all available at OddsTrader.com. Use BetTracker to keep records of all of your games and betting activity at OddsTrader.com.
All right, we're back. We are joined by Anthony.
Hey, wait, guess who's on the YouTube chat?
Who?
D-Mac. Very rarely see D-Mac on the YouTube chat. So everybody get on there, and if you want, give us a call, 313-552-6322. Go ahead, brother.
All right, Anthony, what do you got, man? Pistons Talk joins us this morning. Anthony, the Pistons fall to 5.
By the way, it's the afternoon now. You said joins us this morning. I just want to tell you where you are.
There we go.
I know you've been here all day and all, but it's the afternoon. It's the bottom line.
Oh, God
You're
damn
in
it.
for
That's right.
Ryan.
It's 2 to 4 p. Anyways.
You got to be Ryan Armani, bro.
Oh, I mean, you don't want me to be Ryan Armani. I'll give my best Armani impression after we talk with Anthony. Anthony, Pistons land the number 5 pick. Is there a player available at 5 that Pistons fans should be excited about?
Yeah, I think when you look at 5, it's a really unique position because I know Sacramento's going to probably screw it up. That's what gives me hope. I think when you're looking at 5, you look at guys like a Keegan Murray, a Jaden Ivey, possibly an A.J. Griffin. I think those are like 3 guys that you could probably look at 5, and they can be instant contributors right away.
Would the Kings give up that number 4 pick somehow, some way?
You know, I think they would because they're in a win-now situation. Like, they traded for Sabonis. I think it would be laughable if they drafted Jaden Ivey and they just traded Tyrese Halliburton. Like, that would, to me, I would laugh if that happened. I would not be surprised if they want to package that number 4 pick for maybe Jeremy Grant.
That's what I was thinking.
You never know. With the Kings, I think they want to win. They haven't made the playoffs in, like, what, 17, 18 years?
I would trade the 5th pick, Jeremy Grant, for number 4 and a future unprotected.
No. We're gonna trade Jeremy Grant.
You're not
for
getting
that
the number 4 overall
and a bunch
pick.
of number 2s. We got a bunch of number 2s we can give up.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
You would probably trade Jeremy Grant for a bag of chips. I don't know what your deal with Jeremy Grant is. I don't
If
know what
I'm
he did to
trading
you.
Jeremy Grant, I said it this morning. I would trade him for a year's supply of soda.
I don't get it. I don't. What are you, Billy Bean from Moneyball?
That was exactly the reference. Absolutely.
If you trade him, you're another 20-win team. Do you want to tank for another year? You want to be miserable and watch more miserable basketball?
It's not my choice. It's how the team was built.
He's not a problem. I mean,
He's not a problem.
Ooh.
Okay,
He's a pro, man.
When he came in,
All right, tell me your lineup going into next season. He stays. Cade Cunningham.
With your new pick.
So it'd probably be Cade Cunningham.
Sadiq Bey at the 2.
No, I would draft Jaden Ivey if he's there at the 2.
All right, so Jaden Ivey, you have a rookie now in the lineup.
Okay.
You have Sadiq Bey at the 3. Jeremy Grant at the 4.
And Bagley at the 5.
And Bagley at the 5.
Yeah.
There's one basketball available on the court.
How about Ayton? Where's he going? Ayton.
Ayton, I wouldn't want it.
For the Pistons to even get Ayton, they would probably have to get rid of Frank Jackson, Luka Garza, and Hamidou Diallo, just for the money to work.
Yeah.
Because if you look at their books, it's a bunch of team options, so they'd have to make the money work. But I don't want DeAndre Ayton on this team.
I don't think he's done anything.
Getting bodied by Maxi Kleber.
Yeah.
In the Western Conference Finals, I'm like, gives me Andre Drummond vibes. I just don't want to pay a center $30 million.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't mind it, but Anthony, I need you guys to explain to me why Jeremy Grant is a valuable asset when you couldn't even shop him back in February.
He's a valuable asset from this standpoint. You need veterans on this team, Adam. He's 28.
Do you?
Yes. Unless you want to be the 76ers and win 12 games. Just have a bunch of
No,
rookies
this team
out
won't
there.
win 12 games. Look, Trae Young. You tell me the veteran leadership that was an X factor on the Hawks 2 years ago, and now the Dallas Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson. I mean, not that, again, it's possible. Is it ideal? No, that means Cade needs to elevate his game to a star level.
Yeah, but the problem with those teams is they're established and they've been in the playoffs. Where the Pistons, they haven't really had, they have veterans on the team now, but they're not impact veterans that are winning. I go back from when the Pistons traded for Anthony Tolliver after we waived Josh Smith. He was an impact veteran that showed the team how to win, how to play winning basketball, how to be a professional. So you need that in there. You don't need a bunch of 20-year-olds in that locker room, saying, "Oh, pass me the ball. I need the ball." Cade's not going to be that guy because he wants to get people involved. But I mean, I know you want to get rid of Jeremy Grant, but I think Troy Weaver, he would probably resign him. He's only 28. I don't really see the problem with him.
Here, I'm gonna explain this to you guys, and I hope you really hear me out. Before I say any of this, keep in mind I'm not comparing Cade, Sadiq Bey, nor any future draft pick to any of these players. Okay. Steph Curry drafted in 2009. Warriors record his rookie year, 26-56. They have a high pick. Who did they take? I'm sure you all remember. They end up, over the coming few years, they draft their core 3. They go 26-56, 36-46, 23-43, and then in year 4, they finally win 47 games. Year 4. You're in year 2 right now. Yeah. You got to be a little patient, and that's my point. Is if you're going to draft Jaden Ivey or you're going to get one of these young players, that individual needs 2, 3, 4 years to develop, and then you go back to the Killian Hayes draft. You have Killian Hayes who's going to be coming off the bench. I think that's a very good thing. Sadiq Bey is still needs to develop. Isaiah Stewart is what he is. Not ideal, but he can come off the bench and give you good minutes, I think. And then Cade Cunningham is your only current star that you have available to you. You have to be patient when you're this young. And Jeremy Grant, what he does is he takes the ball away from your young players that need to develop. That's my issue with it.
You don't think that Jeremy Grant is smarter than you? That he knows that he can back off and let these kids grow? And can
he showed that he could back
player?
off. He's shown that he could back off maybe in 4 to 6 games over the course of the entire season. And to start the season, when him and Cade were first on the court together, you couldn't tell me and look me in the face with a straight face and say, that guy's not envious of the kid that is dominating the ball.
No, he's not envious.
He's rich, is what he is.
He can be rich. He can go be rich and play on a winning team. This is not going to be a winning team
I
right
don't
now.
see it as an envious thing. I see it as when he came in, we were a crappy team, and he's the number one option. Cade is the number one option now, and we all understand that.
Of course.
Does he?
Yes, Jeremy Grant understands
Of course
that.
he does.
He's not stupid. I'm just convinced you don't like good players.
Jeremy Grant is not a good player. He's an okay player.
Once he sets his sights on someone,
no,
once
no, no.
Adam
Hear me
puts
out.
his sights on
Jeremy
someone,
Grant in
that's
the
it.
one. Jeremy Grant in the 1 or 2 position is not a good player.
Who do you like better?
Jeremy Grant as a 3 option? Love him.
Do you like Jeremy
Is
Grant
he gonna
better?
Is he going to be the 3 option this year for Detroit? No. What's the point?
He probably could be your 2 option.
How?
Because
You don't want.
if you watched last year, Adam, I'm assuming you did.
Sam shaking his head, by the way, in the booth like a bobblehead.
In the beginning of the season, I will give it to you. Jeremy Grant was taking a lot of shots. After he got injured, Sadiq had a way bigger role. And when Jeremy came back, he took a back seat. Cade was bringing the ball up the floor. Jeremy Grant was standing in the corner. So Jeremy Grant understands that Cade Cunningham and Sadiq Bey are the future of this team. I'm sure he does have no problem going back to that 3rd option role that he had in Denver. I don't think so. He's getting paid $20 million. I don't think I would complain.
Okay, you want to speak about money. He's on the last year of his deal, isn't he?
Yeah.
You think he's going to want to take a back seat in a contract year on a bad basketball team that won't be in the playoffs so he can go make, what, $20 million again instead of getting possibly close to a max deal if he goes out and takes 15, 17 shots a game, gets 22 a night, and then another team pays him?
He chose Detroit. He
They
left Denver. He chose Detroit.
He chose Detroit because they sucked and he knew he could get the ball and be the one, and that's what he was his first year. And people actually thought he was an all-star caliber player.
No, Denver is a really good team. They're in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
It was a sign and trade. He chose to come here because he didn't want to be a 4th option with Murray and Jokic.
Look, homeless people, they don't want to be homeless. Too bad. You are. Deal with it. Change it.
Do you like Jeremy Grant or
It's not that
or
I don't like
Malik
him.
Willis?
He's a great dude.
Who
He
do you
does
like
great
better, Malik Willis or Jeremy Grant? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
No, it's just he doesn't fit, and I don't know why this is so hard to have a conversation about.
Fits.
He doesn't, though. In the final year of his contract, let's say you keep him, right, throughout the offseason. Are you going to want to trade him by February? Whether the Pistons are winning or losing?
He's probably getting traded during the deadline. That's fine.
Then what the hell
Unless
is the point?
they re-sign
I'd
him.
rather have Jaden Ivey playing 32 minutes a night than him playing 22 to 24 while Jeremy Grant gets out on the court. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes sense from a culture and a building standpoint. Like they're trying
And I
to
showed you how to build, though. You go back to the 09 Warriors when they drafted
You
Steph.
can't use
4
the-
years.
you
It took
can't-
4 years before they made the playoffs. You can't
cannot
be patient?
use the Warriors as an example. That's an anomaly.
Why? That's exactly the model you're following right now. A young superstar player up and coming with no supporting cast. They draft Klay Thompson after. Then they get unbelievable home run with Draymond Green in the 2nd round.
Oh, my God.
That is a young core that came up together. Nobody had a problem with the Warriors
The Golden
losing.
State Warriors are an anomaly. You cannot copy off the Golden State
How?
Warriors.
The Atlanta Hawks are winning with young talent. Luka
Anthony-
Doncic and the Mavericks are winning with young. I don't
man,
understand.
Adam, Steph Curry's not here.
You have Cade Cunningham.
He's not Steph
who
Curry.
was better in his rookie year than Steph Curry was.
He's not Steph Curry.
I'm not saying he's Steph Curry.
If
Yes,
wanna-
you
if
are. You're comparing it with the
No, I'm
Warriors.
not.
He's a different player.
You just did. If you want to use an example of what the Pistons are trying to build at, look at Memphis. Memphis is a very good example. Like Golden State is an anomaly. You
Where's the
get-
veteran on Memphis? Jaren Jackson?
I'm trying to think. I can't.
That's my point, though.
They have veterans.
You
on
don't
that
need
team.
Steven
to
Adams,
rely.
that's your veteran.
Just don't keep Jeremy Grant if the reason is he's a veteran player and you need veteran players. You need veteran players to contend. This is not a team that's going to contend.
Stay there, Anthony.
All right.
Stay there, Anthony.
Sit.
Somebody tell us about Chili Pepper standing.
I can do that. Chili Pepper Standing, one got right down the street here on Woodward. 26 locations and more on the way. Celebrating 20 years of sunshine. Join Big D Energy right here. Darren McCarty, my man, and Neil Rule coming up on Friday, the 20th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will be live at the Troy location on John R. Road for the 20th anniversary, including a grand prize of $20,000. Get your tan on at any of their 26 locations all month. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Check them out. More information at chilipepperstanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
That's right. It's Big Boy time. I'm getting hungry. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. They brought back some of the classic breakfast items. The strawberry French toast, the hot cakes, the waffles. If you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap, the crispy chicken wrap. How about the strawberry salad and the perfect recipe for spring? You got to get some dessert as well. How about a piece of strawberry pie? It only costs you $1.99. All you got to do is spend $7.99 at participating Big Boy locations.
All right, we're back here on The Bottom Line, 2:26 in the afternoon, joined by Pistons Talk. Anthony, Maz brought it up right before the break. Jaden Ivey, walk everybody watching at home through the possible options Troy Weaver has at number 5 and which ones you believe make most sense.
Give me your top 3 at that point.
For top 3, obviously I like Jaden Ivey because of the fit. I think you could play him at 1 or 2. I think him and Cade could be interchangeable. I think he could be there, but like I said, I don't really know what Sacramento's going to do. I think Shadon Sharp is, I've told Jeff this, he's just such a mystery because if he busts, he's going to bust hard. But
we've already had that.
Yeah, if he's going to be good, he's going to be good. He had his pro day with the NBA, and his measurements were like off the charts. I think he had like a 49-inch vertical, something like crazy like that. And I think Keegan Murray to me is probably the safest pick. I think if you just want a guy that's going to contribute, come in right away, play defense, give you a little bit of offense, I think Keegan Murray to me would probably be the safest pick at 5.
Do you think any chance of one of the top 3 falling out of the top 3? Paolo, for instance.
No, I think Houston would probably take Paolo if I had to bet my money on it. I know.
I really fell for him.
Orlando's taking Jabari, 100%.
Yeah, that's done.
Or Chet.
I think they might take Chet. I think, you got...
Oh, the Gonzaga boys. That's right.
Yeah,
Jalen Suggs.
You got Jalen Suggs last year. You could have Chet. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jabari went 1. I think the Thunder really like Jabari Smith from what I read, and I wouldn't be surprised if they tried trading up to 1 because they got the 12th pick too. So, I mean, I think them falling out, I just don't see it unless you trade up.
Well, I hope there's a chance. Like you said, there's the Sacramento wild card.
Yeah.
They move all the way up
How
to
do
number
you
4.
build this team then? Back to the Pistons, because next year players like Bradley Beal will be available. LeBron James is unrestricted. A lot of unrestricted free agents, even though Jokic was on the list. I'm not sure why. He just signed an extension, but whatever. The point is, there's not a young 27, 28-year-old available in next year's free agent where you're telling me there's a superstar coming to Detroit. And there isn't one coming this year either. How do you build this team unless what I mentioned to you earlier, which was you're going to have to suck for a few years.
Yeah.
And I would rather suck and my kids get minutes and understand, hey, this is my game. This is how it works. This is how it doesn't work. I need to get better at this. I need to get better at that. How do the Pistons build a contending team? A team that doesn't just make the playoffs. I'm talking a team that can win a playoff series.
I think Troy Weaver's model has always been built through the draft, build it organically, because we're not like in LA, we're not in Miami, we're not in New York. We can't really attract those big name free agents. I mean, you see the reports for Jalen Brunson wanting like 4 years, $80 million. It's like, he's good, but
he's good for what, the last 3 months?
He's been
4
good.
months since the All-Star break, really?
He's been good, but it's like, do I really want to give him 4 years, $80 million to pair next to Cade? I don't know. I mean, you guys hear the DeAndre Ayton rumors where, you know, the Pistons would probably be the odds-on favorite to land him. I think defensively that would be a big upgrade for the Pistons, but
What are the Pistons, the land of misfit toys? They get former number 1 picks that don't work out, and they bring them back here, and they work out? Because I don't think the guy has really done much to earn that number 1 spot that he got taken.
I mean, he's been a consistent, 17 and 10, 17 and 12.
yeah.
I mean, he's in the postseason. He shot about 64% over the last 2 years.
So why are the Suns going to let him go then?
I don't think they do unless it's internal conflict. That's the only way he walks.
Well, they had the chance to sign him last year, and they didn't. And the Suns,
But that's for the Supermax, and I don't
Yeah.
blame them.
the Suns owner is notorious for being cheap.
Yep.
And isn't he in trouble too, Sarver?
I read a report, but I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. He's still going through something too on the side. He might not be the owner for long.
Yeah, I don't
by
know.
the way.
Like Ayton to me would probably be like on a bucket list for the Pistons. You know, Miles Bridges is another name I've heard.
Both restricted, though, correct?
Yeah, but like same with Miles Bridges. Like he'd probably want a supermax too. So you're looking at $180 million.
And you know he's getting it in Charlotte, though.
Yeah, for sure. But I think in terms of like what your question is like, how do they build? They got to build through the draft, and they're probably going to make a huge splash in free agency. They're going to try. I don't know if you could get guys like a Bradley Beal, even though Bradley Beal says he's known Cade since he was a little kid. There's that connection. I mean, Cade he's gotten a lot of compliments.
Cade's
from
getting
superstars.
attention. I don't believe the Pistons won't be able. I think they will be able to, actually. I think they will be able to attract a free agent. There just isn't one this year or next year. And again, what are we doing? Would you rather give the kids minutes and figure it out? Or do you sit there and say, we're going to force our hand here and try to be something and try to make it work and pay Jeremy Grant $20 million a year and try to bring in a veteran 4 or 5? That's tricky. And by the way, I would pay Bagley, whatever it takes. Not whatever it takes, but you want to keep him.
He really looks like he fit in good here. And
he fit with Cade really well.
Yeah, he did. He feels.
Yeah.
I think he feels wanted.
Yeah,
basically.
I think Sacramento just didn't really know what to do with him, and you know there are reports about his dad being too involved. Which his dad, like when he came to Detroit, he's been so positive about Detroit. I don't even think that the dad narrative to me I never really understood. I think with Bagley, I think my limit to him is like 12 to 14 million. Like if it gets past that, I just don't want to resign him. I just don't really see the value in bringing in a guy that has kind of a limited skill set at that price. But I think Troy can get it done. I think Bagley wants to be here, and I think when you saw Bagley, Cade had a lob threat. I feel like every game there was a lob from Cade to Bagley, and I think he's a very unique player. You can play him in small ball lineups. You can play him at the 4. I really like the Marvin Bagley trade, and I still can't believe we got him for a couple second-round picks.
Well, that's why you get all those picks. That's why I'm saying Sacramento might be able to hook them with some second round picks and Jeremy Grant.
Sacramento
and maybe move up.
does have the worst ownership in basketball outside of the Knicks, right?
I don't know about the Knicks, but they're top 2 for sure. Sacramento's a weird team. Like they want to win, but they trade their best young player to the Pacers, which
I didn't think they had to give up Halliburton to make that move either. That's the funny part.
I
would have preferred Halliburton over the number 4 pick right
The
now.
Pacers probably knew, hey, let's just sucker these guys. Let's just ask for the world. They'll give it to us. So maybe the Pistons could do the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they really want to win now. Like, I don't really think Harrison Barnes is that much of an upgrade over Jeremy Grant. I think they're kind of the same player. Jeremy Grant's a little bit better, but I don't know. Sacramento's a really weird team in terms of ownership, and obviously they want to make the playoffs, but it's just I couldn't really tell you what the direction is for that team.
Did you watch last night? Sidebar: the Heat and the Celtics. Celtics had it their own way, and all of a sudden I looked up. I was bowling last night, and I got my phone. I got the draft lottery up.
Yep.
Everyone's gathered around me because they had the Tigers on, and all of a sudden, I look up. Oh, good, the Celtics. Because I picked the Celtics and Warriors in the final. I'm like, all right, I'm looking good. I bat an eyelash, and the Heat are blowing them out. And I see Pat Riley look like a president. By the way, Pat Riley looks like a president sitting in the audience. What the hell happened in that game?
I think the Heat just turned it on defensively, and I personally have the Heat and the Warriors in the finals.
Okay.
I think that. Like a lot of people say they were bubble frauds. I don't think so. I think the Heat are probably one of the most well-balanced teams still in the playoffs.
They were early in the bubble, but the bubble pushed them to something that I don't think they were ready for.
I think the Kyle Lowry signing really helped them.
Oh, you think?
Solidify.
You think?
I love the Celtics. I love Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but if they're not playing well, then the Celtics, the offense is just stagnant. And I think
Grant Williams, man.
Yeah, I think the kind of Marcus Smart and Al Horford got the tested positive or whatever health and safety protocols. I don't buy that. I think that was just some BS.
Didn't Horford score 30 points just a few days ago?
Yeah. All of a sudden he's in health and safety protocols. I don't know. It seems kind of fixed by the NBA.
Well, that happens, man. That happens. All right, so tonight you got Warriors and the Mavericks. You already said you like the Warriors to win it in the West. Who you got tonight?
Definitely the Warriors. I think if they get going, I don't think Luka and the Mavs can keep up with them. I can't bet against Steph Curry. Every time I do, I lose money.
No, I would never.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, those guys, they're just having a hell of a season, and it's really good to see Klay back out there and healthy.
Oh yeah.
So
Steph Curry's
I'm really
about
happy
to go
for him.
full circle. By the way, they're 5-0 under Steve Kerr in the conference final.
Mm-hmm.
They get to the finals.
I love them.
That is the third rendition of the Warriors. Pre-KD,
Yeah.
KD, post-KD. That is something. And that's a testament to how their organization is ran.
They're a really good organization. I think you got to tip your cap to Steve Kerr.
And that's why you fire Mark Jackson, motherfuckers.
Why?
So this happens.
But why is Mark Jackson blackballed?
I don't know why he's blackballed, but
To me, he should have been the Knicks head coach.
Yeah, he should have had a head coaching gig. I don't know what the issue was. But
I love him on TV.
I still think it was a great move for them to fire him because, you reached a ceiling. You identified he had a ceiling, 53 wins, and couldn't get out of the second round. All right, fine. Yeah, let's go get Steve Kerr and see if he can take us to the next level, and he did.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of reached their peak, like you said, with Mark Jackson, and I wasn't really too surprised when I saw his name in interviews, and the Kings just, they're going to king. They get Mike Brown, which I don't think is going to last more than 2 seasons.
Wow, that's a lot of time. I'd give him till December.
Yeah.
He's still coaching. He's in a perfect spot right now. He should have stayed right where he's at on the Warrior bench.
I thought when he lost by 40, they were going to pull their name out. Straight up.
Literally. You lost to the Grizzlies by 40 with that team. Whatever. We got to go to break. When we get back, we got to talk about the worst NFL running backs. This list is very interesting.
This list is a beauty.
It's very interesting. But could you tell everybody, please, at home about the ultimate lifestyle beverage in Cintron?
The summer of Cintron is here, and now Cintron is available at Kroger. Make sure you pick up some while you're shopping. Right now, get 2 Cintrons for $4. Cintron is the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
At Wingsnob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wingsnob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wingsnob. We just have better wings.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Hey, everybody, we're back, baby. Bottom line, Adham Beydoun coming out of bed. That's right, he did the morning show. He don't care. He's right back here. Maz, we got Sam Flannel and Fletch in the hot box. We're here for Ryan, of course, and Braylon. They get a day off today. Tigers down 4-0. I want to tell you why. The last was a home run by Isaac Paredes. Yes, that's the guy that we traded to Tampa because we couldn't find a spot for him in the lineup for the last 3 years, and we got Austin Meadows for him, which I like Austin Meadows, but we kind of gave up on Isaac Paredes. I will tell you this, Tampa Bay will make him into a player, and we'll be yapping in another year or so Why the hell did we give this kid up?
You know, if this was the 50s, Maz, I could have hired somebody in the Mafia to just whack Al Avila, but, here we are in 2022. Spencer Torkelson double, by the way.
He's hanging in there. They're leaving him
He's
up.
fighting. You know
why
he's
they're
not
leaving
bad.
him up? Because they don't have anything else.
And they shouldn't call him down, in my opinion. I don't care if you call it fixing him up in AA or AAA. It doesn't matter to me.
Leave him?
Leave him. He's a really good defensive first baseman, by the way. Saves you a ton of runs. His at-bats aren't awful. The problem is when he swings the goddamn bat, he misses a lot, and he doesn't make any contact.
But that happened in college, too. They know what they were getting.
So you got to live with it. In my opinion, you got to live with it. I think that 158 climbs up to 210 by June 15th.
If you can give me
June
210 and 25 homers, I'll take it for the first year, man.
For a first year?
I'll
Hell
take
yeah.
it.
Absolutely. Maz, what the hell is this list?
Someone put this list out a couple of weeks ago. I threw it up on the rundown. And it could be, except for put it up there, Fletch. Someone put up the best running backs of all time in the NFL. And I call this the worst ever list of all-time running backs. And we will put it up here. The top 4 or 5 are pretty solid.
Killing me here, Fletch.
But after that, it's not looking good. I mean, there are people in here
So let me
that
guess.
don't
Emmitt Smith
belong.
won.
No, I think they got Barry.
They got Barry right.
I think they
at
got
least.
Barry right.
All Do they have Mike Allstott number 3?
Mike Allstott's in there somewhere. Do you believe?
In the top 10?
You don't like Mike Allstott, do you?
I love Mike Allstott, but he's not a running back.
I know. They got him on this list. They have people. They don't even have Jim Brown on this list. Walter Payton is on the list, thank God. There are guys gaping holes all over this list. But if we can't put it up, we're going to skip it right now and do something else.
All right, we're cool. All right.
Talk Lions with me.
All right, what the hell is wrong with you and Ryan?
Not me. Ryan says 10-7. I said 6 wins.
I don't mind 10-7. I actually think it's doable, by the way. You actually want me to walk you through what I think on this?
Absolutely.
All right, Maz.
You probably know the schedule back and forth by now.
I am obsessed with everything revolving around what's going on right now. Here's what I'll tell you. If I told you that Mike Tomlin was your head coach going into this season, what would you give me the win total at? Minimum 9, right?
I hate you.
Minimum 9,
Don't
right?
make me hate on Dan Campbell. I like Dan Campbell.
We're not going to hate on him right now. We're going to work with him right now.
Yes, I'll give you 9 wins.
You bring in Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Bill Belichick, any of the top coaches.
I'll give you 10
Andy
wins.
Reid. Give me getting 10 wins, right?
Yeah.
Young, offensively talented team. New weapons on defense, and Aaron Glenn looking to take a next step in year 2. If Dan Campbell is quote unquote the guy, I don't need him to be a top 3, top 5, hell, even top 8 coach. If he's a top 15, top 12 coach, and he's a very capable coach, I think your floor, everything goes wrong, 7 wins.
Okay. Last year they could have won.
I'm not talking
7
could have.
wins.
I'm talking floor right now.
Okay.
Everything goes to disaster, injuries, whatever happens.
So
I think
3.5 to 7.
And this is based on the contingency I just brought up, that he can coach.
Yes.
And
I
if
think
he can coach, and they're healthy, this is a team that, Maz, if you told me they go 10-7, I wouldn't sit here and say, oh, wow, you're crazy, or, wow, that surprised me. To be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I would actually just be very impressed with the step that Dan Campbell took in year 2.
So you're agreeing with Ryan Armani for the first time. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay, welcome
I
to
think
the
it's
club.
possible. I think
welcome to the club.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. I really do. I have to be fair. I can acknowledge I was very harsh on the team last year. Don't start 0-8, and I don't have to be mean to you, but regardless of the point, they weren't a good football team last year, and they drafted the way they did for the long haul. They took Penei Sewell, addressed the interior line, take Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who knew he would have been that good? But damn it, you'll take it. This year, addressing the edges, addressing the safety, addressing a wide receiver you definitely need to take the top off of defense.
Backup quarterback.
Not needed. Not needed, Naz. Not needed.
Okay.
And here you are, going into the second year. Look, is Jared Goff, Naz? Look, is Jared Goff amazing? No, he's not. All right, no,
we
you're
know
not.
that.
No one's fooling anybody here with Jared Goff talk. All right, he's okay. And all I need him to be is okay, actually, to win games in the NFL. Ryan Tannehill locked up the number 1 seed without Derrick Henry for a majority of the year. They go 12-5. Vrabel, good defense, a lot of factors. But hey, if you want to win with an average quarterback, get me talent, get me very good coaching. And if Dan Campbell can be or is better than what people perceive him to be, Maz, they have no excuse not to win football games this year, in my opinion. If they go out and win 4 or 5 games, I think you're going to be asking a lot of questions on the head coach, and as you should.
But you're not going to give up on him.
You're not going to give up on him. You'll give him year 3, but year 3 comes with expectations and turnarounds that if he couldn't do it in year 2, the hell makes me believe he'll do it in year 3. You'll give him year 3, but you're going to be asking a lot of questions.
It is a division that is coming down to earth a little bit. The Packers, great defense. Their offense is going to be a little shaky. I love their running game, obviously one of the best in the NFL, but you can't just lose the best wide receiver in the league to the Raiders without replacing him. And they get a young kid in the second round, and that's not going to do it. They do have a couple of other guys, a couple of veterans still out there on the market. I thought they were going to get Jarvis Landry for a chance, but you know what? He goes to the Saints. The Saints are looking good all of a sudden. But the Lions themselves, I love what they did with the defense last year. They didn't have anybody, and Aaron Glenn kept them together. This is his, he comes right back. He's going to be a head coach, this guy.
Yes.
Not a question about it. I love Ben Johnson. I hear so much good things about him and the way he's going to run this offense. And I like what they're going to do. I mean, at least the talk sounds good to me. I'll buy into the talk. They're going on. You got the national media now on them. Yesterday we played something from Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes said, "I'm starting to drink the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid."
Well,
I mean, Dan Orlovsky's looking at her like, "Yeah, man, welcome to the club." And you know who always talks about him is Pat McAfee.
And it makes sense, though. I mean, to be fair, they're making moves. And I've been around basically from when everything went to hell. 1994. All right? Everything went to hell after. My dad blames me to this day. And that's his right, whatever. It's his problem, not mine. But anyways, you are seeing the Lions act like a functional organization. That's just not a thing. They're making respected moves. They're making big decisions. They're taking the right players. And yeah, you know what, Maz? A lot of people bitch and complain, well, you can't grade a draft until 3 years from now. And you know what I tell them? Go to hell. I can evaluate and grade a draft. You know why, Mass? Because I can tell you that the kid that the Patriots took in the first round, that's a joke. That's a goddamn joke.
That was a reach.
Mitchell Trubisky, at the time, that's a goddamn joke. You don't trade up when nobody has him going in the top 15. It's insane to me. And then I look at this year's draft class. They got, let's be honest, the number 1 consensus player on the board for most teams was Aiden Hutchinson. They got him at 2. Good value. They trade up 20 spots for a third-round pick. That's insane. And they get arguably the best, second-best wide receiver in the draft class. Not bad if you ask me. I don't need to know their production to tell you that they had a good draft. And that's, I think, where a lot of the national praise is coming from. You're seeing it with a lot of people, and you're seeing it even with Nick Wright out on FS1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Nick Wright has the Lions going 6-11.
Okay.
Finishing last in the division.
Uh-huh.
And the Bears going 11-6, Mass.
I heard.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what he's drinking. That's a 4 to 6 win team.
That's the worst team in football, I could argue, outside of maybe Houston. The Bears did nothing to protect Justin Fields. They gave him no weapons. They let Allen Robinson walk.
And they hire Matt Eberflus, who really
a defensive coordinator from Indianapolis.
Yeah, it was a shocking. We'll see. We'll see how they do. They haven't done much.
Why take a chance on Mike McDaniels? Why take a chance on Kevin O'Connell? Why do any of the things the smart teams are doing and go offensive-minded? Nah, fuck it. We're going to go defense. It's the Bears. I don't care. They can suck for the rest of my life. I have no remorse for the Bears. But I'm just saying, as a Bears fan, I would be irate with some of the decisions that have been made.
Hey, it's sad, man. But you know
Brian
what?
Leftwich was on the market.
You know what's nice? I don't think the Lions are going to be last in their division.
Oh, they won't be.
There you go.
They won't be.
Things are looking up.
They absolutely will not be. And you know what? The Lions will have a much better defense this year. I think that's going to play a big role in it.
Of course they are.
And people that also have a great defense on and off the field are a Guardian Alarm. They keep your family safe and give you a peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, they give you 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure that what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for a peace of mind. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Did you get a second wind yet?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm
All
good.
right.
All right. Took a nap earlier. Feeling really good. You know what I'm feeling really good about, Maz? You're about to unveil this worst top running backs list to me, and I am very excited. Apparently, Mike Allstott's in the top 10. You didn't tell me where.
He's in there. I just want you to take a peek at it.
All right, let's see it.
Here we
Barry
go.
Sanders, number 1. Good job.
Go ahead, keep reading them.
Walter Payton, number 2.
Yeah, he's there. He's
Emmitt
top
Smith,
5.
number 3.
Yes, he's top 5.
AP 4.
He's
Frank
there.
Gore, 5.
Well, he's number 3 in rushing all time.
Earl Campbell, OJ Dorsett, Mike Allstott, number 10.
There's Mike Allstott.
Over Jim Brown.
Over Jim Brown.
Over Clinton Portis, over Marshall Faulk. Where's the LT?
He's not in there.
Mark Ingram!
You know who else is not in there? Terrell Davis is not in there.
Where's Terrell?
He's not in.
Amon Green, Deuce McAllister,
Yes.
Fred Taylor, Mark Ingram, Eric Dickerson is way too low on that list. Edrin James, Jerome Bettis, all over LT, and Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis honestly had one of the greatest 340-year stretches in NFL history for a running back. What? Huh?
Yeah. This is not a very good list.
This is the worst list I have ever seen in my
Now,
life.
I want you to look at one thing. Look at the picture.
Is that Tiki Barber?
No, it's Rondé Barber.
That's Rondé Barber.
Yes, they put Rondé Barber on here instead of Tiki Barber.
Oh,
So
God.
I had to show this, and we haven't
Mike
played
Allstott's
it.
not.
Yeah,
Who the
Mike
fuck
Allstott.
is Paul Hornung?
Paul Hornung, bro, was the golden boy from the Green Bay Packers.
Was he? Fuck the Packers.
Yes, he's an All-American
Sorry,
from
Flannel.
Notre Dame. He
Notre
is
Dame.
an
Notre
NFL
Dame is
Hall
the
of Famer.
biggest trash school in the history
you
of
can't
college
talk about
football.
Paul Hornung, but
Nobody
he's a
likes
different
Notre
era.
Dame. Kennedy, I know you're listening. F Notre Dame. Nobody likes him.
Gale Sayers at 21 to me is a sin. He's top 10. Gale Sayers.
Okay, you want me to give you my top 10?
Go ahead.
Barry Sanders, number 1.
Me too.
Jim Brown, number 2.
He's top 5.
Walter, 3.
Yep. You better put Emmett in there.
I'm going to get him. He's going to get in at 5. I'm just debating what I'm going to do here. 4's tough for me. 4, I'm going to go...
AP's good, man. He's still
No.
playing.
I'm going to go Eric Dickerson, 4.
Okay.
5, I'm going to stick with Emmett. 6, we're going to throw LT. 7, OJ Simpson. 8, then I'll bring up, what's your face? Adrian Peterson at 8.
Okay.
Number 9, Marshall Faulk. Number 10, Terrell Davis has to be a top 10 running
Yeah,
back.
he's not even in the top 25 here.
I mean, Gale Sayers has to be higher,
Yes,
too.
he's top 10.
He has to be. Yeah. I'd rather have Gale Sayers than Terrell Davis. So that would be my 10 just off of this.
I'm not going to argue with you. That's a pretty good 10.
You have to respect some of the players. I mean, O.J. Simpson. Look, I know
O.J.
he killed a lot of people and did a lot of cocaine.
He
But
did.
He
did
was
it
also
all.
a great running back
And a good actor.
and he did 2,000 yards in 14 games.
Yep.
Come on, no.
Against the Jets.
OJ, look, I don't care who you kill in your personal time. If you accomplish something, I'm going to give you credit for it.
Amen. I'm looking for OJ. I still got all his rookie cards. They're not worth anything anymore, unfortunately.
That's a damn shame.
But nonetheless.
That's a damn shame.
But Barry Sanders, to me, it's unequivocal. Number 1 running back of all time, hands down. You can't argue with that. At least we had that as Lion fans. Sam, what's your choices here?
I would argue that Walter Payton is the best running back of all time. I think he is the
Mute your
single
mic,
greatest
goddammit.
football player to have ever walked the face of this earth. He was a complete running back. He was an MVP. He has over 16,000 yards. He was a great receiver. He threw 8 touchdown passes in his career. Just an all-around complete football player. I'd have Barry number 2, Jim Brown 3.
I'm going to say something super controversial, and you guys aren't going to like it. You're going to call me a homer, but I don't believe it to be true. I believe what I'm about to say is the absolute truth, and I don't think anybody could ever convince me otherwise.
Okay.
Barry Sanders, of any position ever played outside of the quarterback position, has the largest gap between 1 and 2, in my opinion. The only other is Tom Brady at quarterback.
How about Lawrence Taylor?
I think you can talk about Reggie White, now Aaron Donald coming up. I mean, there's some players. They're no Lawrence Taylor, but I think the conversation is much closer.
He changed the game.
Barry, he did change the game. But what Barry did, nobody else could do. Nobody else could do what Barry did.
He had ball bearings as ankles.
It was unbelievable. And what he did with that team, that franchise, that offensive line.
They had a good offensive line.
It was okay.
It wasn't Cowboys good, but it was
wasn't
good.
Cowboys good. That's why I always say it without an offensive line, because you have to remember what the Cowboys did.
Momus Brown was on that line.
It was good. He was really good, actually. But I think what Barry did, 1, is unrepeatable. 2, I don't have to go through the list of accolades, 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. I don't have to go through the ridiculous highlight reel that he is. Barry Sanders, had he chosen to play 3-4 more years, would have been the first 20,000 running back for a career ever, and it wouldn't have been even close. And his last 4 years would have been a consistent 1,400 to 1,800-yard season. He is an anomaly in all of the NFL's history, in my opinion.
I'm not going to argue with you there. I'm so blessed. We're all blessed here in Detroit that we got to watch his career. At least we had him. We had Calvin Johnson, and I don't know what else. Matthew Stafford was pretty good, but not in that list, of course.
Definitely not on that list.
No, not in that list. But not bad.
Yeah.
One playoff win since you were...
Walter Payton, for me, I was not alive. I go based on what my father told me. Walter Payton was Barry Sanders' idol, obviously. A lot of factors into, quote, he says, why he retired. He didn't feel he was worthy of breaking the record, but... I'm putting Jim Brown over Walter. I'm putting Barry over Walter. I don't think Walter was that guy.
Oh, he was a stud.
He was amazing, but I'm talking...
Top 3. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind top 3. Just not one, Flano. I can't agree with one.
You said not that guy, though. I know you slipped. He is that guy.
Yeah, my definition...
He totally is.
Again, I'm speaking on Barry Sanders. There is no Barry Sanders ever that will ever exist in any space, moment in time over the next 1,000 years if NFL is played for that long.
How is Deuce McAllister on that list?
I don't
and
know.
Terrell
He was
Davis
good for 3 years.
Not on that list.
I'd rather have Ricky Williams on the list than Deuce McAllister.
No, not Ricky Williams. Come on, man.
Ricky Williams over Deuce McAllister,
You're so
hands
high.
down.
I would take him over... Why is Mark Ingram on the list?
I know, that's another one.
God.
He's still playing.
You might as well have Kevin Jones for the one season he did something in Detroit, and then he fucking sucked dick the rest of the time. All right, anyways. Sorry.
That's okay, man. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, we got to talk about breakout quarterbacks for the upcoming season.
Pop them up.
If you could throw up the list, these are the expected quarterbacks to break out. I will tell you who I agree with, and it's the kid on the bottom left, not right. A lot of love for Trey Lance coming out of camp. Peter Schrager, super high on him. I love Schrags. Amazing guy. Was one of the few Mahomes defenders, by the way, early on in the process. I think Lance is going to break out. But I look to Zach Wilson and say,
yes, sir.
Kid,
finally got something.
You got something working in New York.
Yep.
You're going to have a much better defense. You're going to have much better field position to deal with. You got to show it this year. And I think he can.
Are you doing that just for Robert Salah?
No, you know what? To be honest, man, I'm not emotionally attached to that situation. If he does well, I would be the first one to clap and congratulate. That would be so amazing. But I can't let it affect my football judgment. But the Jets, man, they had a hell of a draft. Jermaine Johnson,
they did.
Sauce Gardner, and Garrett Wilson.
But yesterday we went over their first 9 games. And their first 9 games, you could barely find a win. That's how hard a schedule the New York Jets are. So pop it up there, take a look, and tell me you're going to get 2 wins out of there. I gave them 2 wins out of the first 9, and I was reaching.
All right, I fully expect Deshaun Watson to get suspended for 3 games.
Right.
So they'll play that game. I think they beat Cleveland. I believe they will beat Miami. I believe they will beat Denver. And I believe they will beat New England.
No.
And I believe they... Yeah.
Come on, man.
What do you mean, man? What are you talking about?
Are you kidding?
I am very serious right now.
They're going to beat Denver.
Yes. Yes, they will beat Denver on the road.
They're going to beat New England.
Yes, are all these teams going to go undefeated, Mez?
No,
they're going to
just
lose
saying.
games.
Yeah, I know they're going to lose games.
They're going to beat New England at home, and then they play them 2 weeks later on the road. They can lose that game. I don't care. And then they have the Bears. They finish off with the Bears, Vikings, Lions, Jaguars, Seahawks. I mean, this team should win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This could be a 6 to 8 win team this year. I think that's their ceiling.
I just asked you to look at the first 9 games. Okay, give me their record in the first 9 games.
The first 9 games, let me count them. 0-1,
Darren Orlovsky's got them winning
1
nothing.
2, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4, 3-5. I would say 3-6 or 4-5. I think is doable.
I hope you're right. But I hope you're right. I just don't. But look, that list is unbelievable.
I think they can do it. I think they'll be just fine. I really do.
I hope you're right, man.
I'm telling you.
The Chiefs, by the way, the first team to start the season.
By the way, I fully expect New England to finish 4th in division. I don't know if I shared this information with you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, New England.
So last.
They will finish last this year. They will be a 6 to 7 win football team.
What have they done wrong?
They haven't done anything right. That's the problem. Their offseason was very mediocre. Obviously, they strapped up all their salary cap last offseason in free agency. Mac Jones showed limitations. Yes, you could get to the playoffs with him last year. Bill Belichick, you can't continue to work miracles and win consistently. In the NFL, I find that very difficult to do. They're going to have to take a step back because Miami will be better.
They're going to finish behind the Jets.
They're going to finish behind the Jets or tied with the same record.
Okay. What do you want to play? What do you want to bet on that?
I'll buy you. I don't know, front row tickets to the Tigers game. I don't know.
No, we'll come up with something.
Well, I'll give you like a $500 or something. I'll make a $500 bet with you.
Okay.
I am very confident New England takes a big step back this year.
$500.
$500.
Okay.
New England takes what they win last year? 9 games or 10?
9 or 10. Who
Okay,
cares?
they win. What's their over under here?
Their over under's got to be 9.
Over
10.
under Patriots.
10, I bet.
Over under.
My guess is 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. This thing's taking forever to load. The over under for. It's not showing me. What is this?
We'll find out.
Some BS. No, I need to know right now. I'm very frustrated. I don't like when information. 8.5.
That's really?
And I'm taking the under.
That's their over under?
And I'm taking the under.
Oh boy. Maybe I don't want to bet that 500. I'll still bet.
I'll set the line at 7.5, and I'll take the under. How about that? We'll do my own line. I'm the bookie.
Okay, I'll take that.
I think they're a 7-10 football team this year.
I hope you're right. I hope I'm paying you $500.
I think I'm right.
I hope I pay you $500.
And if I'm right, you don't have to pay me because the smile on your face is good enough because the Jets will be better.
It will be great.
Fair?
Man. Fair.
All right,
I can't lose.
Let's do it.
Tony Paul on his way in. A little traffic, but we'll get him on. Talk Tigers. They're down 4-zip. You're not missing anything.
Poor Tigers, man. Poor Tigers. I got to tell you guys one thing before we go.
What do you got to tell
There's one drink you need to try if you haven't already, and that is Gypsy Vodka. Flannel Sam, could you please do the honors?
Absolutely. Summertime is here, and there is no better way to enjoy a Michigan summer day than with Gypsy Vodka. Gluten-free and distilled 6 times to make it the smoothest vodka on the market. Try a bottle today, and as always, drink responsibly.
I'm Kay
Kennedy's
Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
All right, we're back. I like the music. I like what you guys do here on
Sam Flannel rocks it.
Look at this guy.
DJ Sam.
Mr. DJ over here. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. We got Tony Paul coming up shortly to talk some Tigers. Maz, they're down 4-0. Javi Baez up to the plate. It's the top of the 6th.
What's he batting? 208 or something?
207.
207. Nice.
207. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And
I got suckered. I drafted him in my rotisserie league this year. I still play rotisserie baseball.
Isn't that chicken?
It's American League only. No, rotisserie chicken. This is a fantasy baseball. Used to be called rotisserie baseball. Okay? Rotisserie chicken is excellent, by the way. But it used to be called rotisserie baseball. Now it's called, I guess, just fantasy baseball. But, yeah, I have an American League only team. And, I got Javi Baez on my squad.
Well, he just grounded out.
Yeah. So he's down to like 205 now, probably.
Yeah, he's doing great for you.
205. I got suckered.
God damn it, man. So what are we going to do with the
What
Tigers?
can I tell you, man?
Well, you got Tony Paul, what, a couple minutes?
Yep, he should be here anytime.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's talk about Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
And the news with him.
He got a raise today.
He did get a raise. Set to join the team with Steve Levy and Louis Riddick as the number 2 crew for Monday Night Football.
And playoffs, because they're going to get a couple playoff games as well. And
I like it.
Joe
I
Buck,
love
Troy
Dan.
Aikman will get the first games. They'll get the second one. Matter of fact, the doubleheader on the second week of Monday Night Football, Dan O will be on the call. Fox was after him, man.
Yep.
Fox is after everybody.
As they should be, and I think Fox is doing a hell of a job. As it says, Orlovsky was pursued by Fox Sports, where he would have fronted a 5-day-a-week NFL show and done some games on Sundays, though he was not a candidate for their top jobs, according to sources. Yeah, I'm throwing the bag at Dan Orlovsky if I'm ESPN. How he doesn't have his own rendition of the Dan Orlovsky show, talking strictly football, is a shame. I think ESPN's making a big mistake.
I think he'll do more. Now, I think they will do more with him. I mean, he does great. I love him on Get Up.
He's already working his ass off.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, he's doing everything. He appears everywhere. And I think they're wasting his time throwing him as a number 3 or a number 2 on First Take or Get Up. I think Dan Orlovsky is capable of doing a show by himself and putting together, I think, one of the better shows ESPN could put on right now outside of First Take.
Were you a fan of Trent Dilfer, or Dilfer's Dimes and all that? I thought he used to do a great job.
I thought Dilfer used to do a really good job. The quarterback room stuff was also very good. Love the quarterback room with Dilfer. It's tough to follow Tirico and Gruden with what ESPN did.
Yeah.
And that's their problem, is they were so good. And they followed it up with and then you got Booger McFarland in there.
I like Boog.
I think it's a joke. If Booger McFarland can call games,
he don't call
my
games.
son that hasn't, be an analyst on Monday Night Football.
You're wrong.
If Booger can be that, my son who's not even born yet could do it. It's ridiculous.
I like Boog. I like him on college football, and I love him on the NFL.
I despise Booger. I just don't like him.
Why? He's a friendly guy.
He's up there with Leah Hextall for me in
Oh,
terms of
no,
some
don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, I'm afraid to put ESPN on now. And I used to love going on ESPN because Gary Thorne would do the games. He was the best in the biz. Then NBC had Doc Emmerich. And now I'm afraid to put on ESPN because I'm going to hear her. So what I do is I'm strictly CBC from now on. I put on 999. That's CBC HD. I listen to those guys. I hate TNT's coverage and ESPN's coverage, especially in between periods. It's uncomfortably bad to me.
They have a football guy hosting the hockey show. I forget his name. He came over from ESPN. Forgive me, guys. I don't know his name.
On which network?
On TNT.
TNT has Liam McHugh.
No, then it is ESPN, I believe, then. I'm not sure.
I thought they had John Buchagras or Steve Levy.
It's not Steve Levy. It's somebody else.
Well, anyway, I don't.
Anyways, he sucks.
It's uncomfortable. I don't like it anymore. I don't know what the hell
you're with
happened.
me though. Leo Hextall sucks.
Come on, man.
Well, here.
That's terrible.
That's what I think of Booger McFarland. I swear, I'm not trying to be rude. I swear to God, that's just like how I feel when I listen to Booger.
Now
I want to put knives in my ears.
I'll just turn the damn thing down, man. If she's on.
I think commentary on top of football and the live play-by-play is such a unique and great part of watching the games. I think it's part of it. And unfortunately for ESPN, if Leah Hextall's their number 1,
oh my God,
that's tough because
she's not the number 1. They put her in there.
You brought up some of the greats that have called it. You got Doc. You got some of the best guys to ever do it.
Gary Thorne.
And then the new generation comes in, and if that first go doesn't hit, you lose a lot of credibility.
Well, they got
and that's
Sean
what happened
McDonough.
with ESPN.
Sean McDonough's their number 1 guy, but he's been off for a couple of weeks. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but I enjoy Sean McDonough.
I want to call an NHL playoff game.
No, not Neil, please.
I would do a hell of a job.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
I'm telling you, I would swear up. I mean,
you'd be beeped out all over the damn place. Now, look, you brought up Mike Tirico and head coach John Gruden.
Yep.
And how they kind of broke the mold. You think we'll ever see John Gruden do that television, do TV again, or you think
I don't think anybody associates their name with him, even though I think it's BS.
Yep.
I would bring him back, and you know what? I think there's one company that would do it.
It would be Amazon?
Probably 2-3 years from now. I would say Fox.
Yeah?
Fox, I think, has been changing the game for years now, Fox Sports. They are levels ahead of ESPN, in my opinion. The talent they've brought in, the broadcasting, the Tom Brady decision, they've done so many things that they have elevated themselves, in my opinion, above ESPN. So if anybody was to do it, I would put my money on A, Fox Sports, B, probably Amazon. Those would be the two.
It's too bad, man, what happened
Gruden
there.
was great. Gruden was great
Are
on
we
TV.
Are we ever really going to find out who blackballed him, who released? And I know he did these things. I know he feels these things. But he's not the only one. There are people that write him back. There are people that when are we ever going to see the rest of those emails? Or did someone just hijack the hell out of that guy?
I think he got a raw deal. Isn't there a pending legal case right now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, until then, we won't know. But I think they did him dirty. I thought it was unnecessary. People can cry, oh, my God, get John Gruden removed from the Hall of Fame and remove him from the Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Tampa Ring of Honor.
That's a bunch of BS. I'm sorry.
I'm
You've
with
had
you.
dog killers. You've had women beaters.
I'm with you 1,000,000%.
You've had 1,000,000 people do much worse than an email thread, in my opinion. And you have had people that have said racially backed and worse things than Gruden has said before, and they're just fine in the league. You have a nutcase in Antonio Brown running around doing whatever he wants.
Did you hear what he wants to do?
He wants to retire Steeler.
Does that mean he wants to play for the Steelers?
I
or
think he
just
wants to sign
call
a
it
one-day
off?
contract and retire.
So he don't want to play anymore.
I don't know. It's Antonio Brown. One day
What a
he wakes
shame,
up.
man.
One day he wakes up, wanting to be president of the United States. The next day he wakes up, he wants to be Flannel Sam. I don't know. Can't predict that guy.
Man, what a waste of a talent.
Oh, he's a great talent.
That's too bad. Tony Paul parking, by the way. We will talk Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up in just a few minutes. But
I'm excited.
I digress.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, there are things in this country that will always be true. One, the freedom we have here, and two, Leah Hextall sucks dick at commentating on hockey and doing play-by-play. So I think that's very important. I think what else is important is all of you don't look like a goddamn grizzly bear, and you start looking like me. Now, I know, I understand. I'm not the best.
Head of hair, man.
I'm not the best to look at. All right, I get it.
You're handsome.
I'm all right. All right, I understand. But the girls over at Lady Jane's and the stylists do a hell of a job making me look better than I am. And I fully am aware of that, and I'm very appreciative of them. Go and visit Lady Jane's, and they'll treat you like they treat me. And that's like a king. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Check them out. Precision haircuts, hot leather, neck shaves. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
We are here on the Woodward Sports Network. And I got to tell you about the fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken that is Wing Snob. They have the best traditional wings. Try out their signature sauces, whether it's Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online at wingsnob.com or just text Flannel Sam at 313-552-6322 and he'll buy you wings himself. Oh, man. We're back here, 314 The Bottom Line. I'm filling in for Ryan Armani and Braylon. Maz is just a trooper. Maz is always here. You can always rely on Maz.
Thanks, buddy.
I love
rely
you,
on
buddy.
you too, man. Love you.
You're
Thanks
the
for
best.
coming back.
You're the best. We got Tony Paul joining us this afternoon. Maz, I'll let you do the introduction.
Absolutely.
The Tigers are getting their asses kicked, and I am tired.
Our good friend Tony Paul from the Detroit News. You can always get him on Twitter. Great follow. He's the Shane Halter of the Detroit News. Does it all, covers it all. What'd you cover last week, T?
I covered some college tennis.
There you go.
I almost had to cover some college water polo a couple weeks ago, but that didn't end up working out. So, yeah, a little bit of everything. College baseball last night.
But your favorite, of course, and mine, the Detroit Tigers. And,
sure, let's go with that.
We're rocking the Old English D again. I can't get away from them. Here, let me just read some of these averages to you. Grossman, 209. Baez, 205. Candelario, 206. Scope, 162.
But moving up. Was 120.
Yep. Torque, 165. Went up 3 spots.
Yes, just had a hit.
Tucker Barnhart playing good, 275. Derek Hill, 200. Last night, Eric Haas, I think he's batting like $120. Last night they had 7 hitters, 214 or less.
Mm-hmm.
Help me. What happened to these guys? What happened to a guy like, let's start with Robbie Grossman, right out of the bat. What happened to him?
Look, it's a collective issue. I don't think it's one guy. Grossman is a surprise, given what he did last year with all the walks, all the hits, the doubles, and let's just blame it on the dead ball. Everything, right?
Yeah.
No, hitting's down across the league, but not like this.
Not this
is
down.
This is surprising. And when he went into this, the crazy thing about this team is when he went into the season, offense was going to be the calling card. You added Javi Baez, Spencer Torkelson was going to be a lift. Riley Green was going to be a lift. We still don't know when he's going to be up. That was a big loss right out of the gate. But you had good years, coming in from Jamer Candelario. You hoped Scope and Grossman would be able to continue things, and Barnhart was an upgrade offensively. So the offense was supposed to be above average, maybe not great, but above average. And it's been abysmal, and it's been a huge surprise. Meanwhile, the pitching has suffered all these injuries and has still kept his team in the majority of the ball games. The offense hasn't been able to do anything. It's maddening, and the terrible thing for the Tigers is there's no easy fix. There's nobody down in the minor leagues that's going to save this club. There's Cody Clemens, but what's he going to do? He's a third baseman. You have a third baseman. He could play some first, but he's not going to save this ball club. If you were going to need to dip into the minors for reinforcements, it was going to be the pitching, which they've done, and it's worked. But there's no quick fix here. They're going to have to start hitting, or the season's going to be over really fast. I mean, we're a month away, more than a month away from the official start of summer, and this team's bordering on being irrelevant before June 1st.
Yeah, I am very concerned. Tony, if I told you before the season that the bullpen would be somewhere in the top 8 in terms of statistical performance, the starting pitching, even though they've had injuries, is actually giving you solid.
Might have another one, by the way,
solid
too.
starts. Oh God!
Who now?
Eduardo Rodriguez left the game
well,
early
thank
today.
God.
No. They spent some money on him.
Yeah,
they depended on him.
It's either you get a really good performance or you get a really bad one. There's no in between.
Well, he couldn't get out of the first.
So if I had told you the pitching was actually the bright spot going into the year, you would have told me, oh, well, Adam.
You'll be
contending for the Central.
Maybe not a legitimate contender. I didn't think they'd be a legitimate contender for the division this year, but certainly would on the fringes of contending for one of those 2 wild cards, especially if the pitching was because there was unknowns. You didn't know how the young guys would do, and if you got this pitching, you should be, especially the bullpen. You got the bullpen. You talk about the injuries right out of the gate. You're missing 4 or 5 guys who were expected to be part of that bullpen, and none of them broke camp because of injuries. So it's unfortunate for the Tigers because, again, the pitching's been great, and they still have reinforcements they can dip into on that front. But there are no reinforcements offensively. So it's going to have to come from internally. They swept the Orioles, and that caused a glimmer of hope with this team.
Almost shut them out.
They scored 12 runs in the series. They still didn't hit particularly well. So it's just going to have to turn around or this season's over.
We were talking about the trades that Al Avila made the last couple, like J.D. Martinez and Justin Verlander come to fruition here, come to mind. They didn't get a heck of a lot out of this. And now you got Daz Cameron coming up again, Mike Cameron's little boy. Daz Cameron. Can he stick in this lineup?
No.
Yeah. So,
well, I mean, I guess he could
I
because
know.
they have injuries and they aren't hitting. But he's I think at this point he's a 4A outfielder. He's one of the guys in between. And they didn't get many returns offensively, which again is why I advocated for this repeatedly. In that, Chris Ilitch had said it's going to be when it's time to spend, and we will spend. Well, the problem is you can't just spend and then automatically become a contender necessarily. I wanted them to start spending the offseason before. You could pick up a couple key pieces there, and then you go into this past offseason, and then you get a Baez and a Barnhart and a Rodriguez, and then you go into next offseason, and you get even more help. You remember the 2006 Tigers were not built on one offseason. It was Pudge in 04, it was Maglio in 05, it was Kenny Rogers in 06 with a few other guys. It's a buildup, and this administration with Avila and Ilitch just said, we're ready to contend, so now we'll spend some money. And I just don't think it works that way because everything has to go right. And so far, much more has gone wrong than has gone right.
Tony, I don't believe there's a solution for the bats. I don't see any glimmer of hope. You can't win baseball games. I'll put it this way. I would rather them lose baseball games if they were averaging 6, 5. I'll take 4 runs at this point a game. There's no solution. You can't rely on Riley Green to recover from his injury and come into the lineup and suddenly the team clicks.
It'll help. I do believe it'll help.
It'll help, but Mickey's your best hitter right now, and that is insane to me. There's no power in the lineup. God help the Tigers.
Well, I think I think one problem was they overbid on Scope. Scope was a good player, I think, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He bounced back last year after an abysmal start, but I think they invested too much in him. And then, look, the rest is your guys just aren't, everyone's having a down year at once. I mean, you could count on some guys are going to have down years from the year before, but it's the whole lineup. Torkelson hasn't been good, obviously, but Green coming in will help because he does a lot of different things. If you could put Green and Derek Hill in the outfield at the same time, all of a sudden you got some speed in your lineup, and we'll see. But to put all your eggs on one rookie who's never played in the major leagues, it's the whole lineup's gonna have to start hitting. I mean, that's all it is. There's no other solution.
I got such a bad feeling, and Tony Paul joins us from the Detroit News. That's not my bad feeling, by the way. You can follow him at Tony Paul 1984, and that's not for the Tigers' last championship. It's something else. We'll let him tell you about that later. But when they traded for David Price, and Willie Adames was in that deal, Willie Adames become a hell of a player in Tampa. They get traded to the Brewers after that. I look when we traded for Austin Meadows, and I like Austin Meadows, and I think he'll begin to hit. But Isaac Paredes today, it's a home run. I mean, they bring him up just for this just for this. I just think if that guy turns into something, if Tampa Bay could turn that kid into something, I'm really going to be pissed.
Well, Tampa Bay's got the magic touch, right? So
they do.
You figure they could turn, they can spin, coal into gold, and they do it consistently. I will say that. Going back to the David Price trade, there's not a general manager in baseball who wouldn't have made that trade at the time.
I was excited.
Where the Tigers were. And quite frankly, there isn't a general manager who wouldn't have traded Isaac Paredes for Austin Meadows, especially given Austin Meadows, a 100 RBI guy last year, a guy who could probably at Comerica Park hit you 20 home runs realistically. And he's under contract for a while. And it's just another guy that you count on that's just had a miserable start to the season.
Torkelson, it's back. Home run.
What happened?
Spencer Torkelson home run, baby.
See, there's 2 hits for Torkelson. Double and a home run tonight.
Tell me about him. Do you keep him up? Do you might as well just keep him up, right?
I think that with certain guys, young guys, you have to be careful with breaking their psyche, breaking their mental ability to perform because they continue to fail. But with a guy like him who's succeeded his whole life, he's had ridiculously slow starts at single A, at double A, and triple A, and consistently has had massive turnarounds at all 3 stops. I like that they kept him up. I think he's going to hit, and he's had 2 hits today. And it's easier to keep him up because, again, you send him down, who's coming up to replace
Exactly.
him? There's no – I mean, I went down to Toledo, and there's Cody Clemens, and there's nobody else. I mean, Victor Reyes coming back. He was going to be a guy get in, another injury right away.
On his good leg.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Now he's got 2 bad legs, and there's just no one down there, guys. And it's just the strength of this organization is pitching, and you're seeing it because they've been able to stay afloat despite injuries to all 5 starting pitchers now.
Remarkable.
And we have no idea when Mize is coming back or Alexander. It's going to be maybe a month with Pineda. Manning's coming back soon, probably. But who knows what's up with Eduardo Rodriguez. So the organizational depth is pitching. So that also makes it easier to keep Spencer up. And I think he's going to turn it around. He's a confident kid. And when you haven't failed your entire life, sometimes things can snowball a little bit if you get up the majors and things don't go well. But, look, he's got the skills. There's no question about it.
What he brings to the team defensively as well.
He's been really good defensively. Yeah. I don't think anyone expected that. He's been.
Wasn't he a third baseman at one point?
Well, they drafted him as a third baseman, but I think he was a first baseman in college too. So he's played a lot of first base. I would hold off all the Gold Glove talk that's already been out there, because oddly in Major League Baseball you kind of need to be a good hitter to win the Gold Glove. That's the way it's been. Strange, but no, if there's no one to bring up, let's roll with the kid, and that's what they're doing. And hopefully for them, for their sake, today's going to be a breakthrough.
Have we seen the last of Akil Baddoo? Please tell me no.
I don't think so. There's another guy. I guess you could bring him back up, but I think he needs to go down there and get his at-bats. He does too many things well. He plays a good outfield. He can run. He's got to just – he fell in love with trying to put up those power production numbers that he did last year. And look, he had a brilliant start to his career, and a lot of times that can happen, lightning in a bottle, especially when the word is not out throughout the league on how to pitch you. Once they start learning how to pitch you, you're going to have to adjust your game, and his game is going to be to put the ball in play and run it out and use your speed. It's like Willie Mays Hayes from Major League. Of
course.
Every time you hit one in the air, you owe me 20 push-ups. Maybe that's what they need to do with him. So he needs to go down to the minors and kind of work on that, maybe work on bunting a little bit, bunting for base hits, because he's an asset for this team. But I wouldn't, he's a guy down there you could bring up, but I'd give him a little time down
Looks
there.
like Mays, hits like Hayes, right?
Exactly.
How about, I got one other one for you. Do you know what happened a year ago today in Tiger baseball?
Tiger baseball a year ago today? I do not. I don't know what happened a day ago
Elevated hamburger?
Spencer Turnbull, no-hitter.
Oh, yes.
That was a year ago today.
Everyone was sleeping.
Yeah, it was in Seattle.
Yeah. So many people woke up. And
I saw that game.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. But a lot of people, I might have been sleeping at that point too. So Spencer Turnbull, there's another guy, boy, when you just think about when he comes back next year and you get all this pitching together, the fans are down on this team right now, and I get it. But you have to kind of see through the fog a little bit and realize that there's some good things going on here. I'm not here to advocate for all the moves Al Avila's made. I think he's made some poor ones over the years. I don't think a rebuild should take 7 years. I don't think they should have started spending just the offseason where they felt they'd be in contention. I think there were mistakes made. But you have to look at the big picture, and there is talent here. And they are on the right track toward contending. I thought they'd be fringe contenders this year, legitimate contenders next year. If they're healthy next year, I think that's still in play.
Last Tiger one from me is Willie Vest.
I know nothing about him other than he's been really good.
He looks fun.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy I want to root for. He reminds me of Todd Jones a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know anything about him either. So if you don't know anything about it, I certainly don't know anything.
I know very little about him. I think it's very interesting that during all those years where the Tigers were good.
Where the hell was he?
The heyday, 06 to 14.
Yeah.
And they never could put a bullpen together.
Yep.
And then now, this year and last year, they have put and even this year with all the injuries, they've put a bullpen together. It's kind of remarkable to think about. So he's picked up some good pickups there, but I know nothing about Will Vest, so I apologize to your viewers.
Don't apologize, man. I just hope he continues to do good and give us someone that we could root for and laugh with.
Yeah, if that's all you have to root for, though, that's going to be a long summer.
Well, I think it is going to be a long summer, unfortunately. I love talking baseball. I never get a chance to do it because the Tigers are a non-entity, but how about the big teams in the league? You got the Yankees and the Mets in New York. You got the Angels and Dodgers out in California, and you got the Houston Astros. Who's your World Series champ a quarter of the way in? Who you like playing each other?
I think it's so easy, I guess it'd be cool to see a Subway Series, but I'd prefer the West Coast Series. I'd love to see a Dodgers-Angels series. And the Angels, I think, have been such a fascinating team for a long time, so much star power, but now they have a pitching staff. And Shohei Ohtani, to me.
Oh, man.
I do not own and have never owned, never purchased.
The package.
I have never purchased one. I've been given one, but never owned a jersey of anybody's. Shohei Ohtani is making me really close to buying my first jersey. Just because he's such a cool player and such a cool kid, you know. And
I got the MLB package to watch him.
I believe it. You know,
Yeah.
I used to get the MLB radio package just to listen to Bob Uecker. But,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, getting the MLB package just to watch Shohei, I'm sure there are a lot of people doing that. He's such a great ambassador for the game, and so it's easy to root for the Angels, especially Mike Trout, how good he's been for so long, and he's healthy again.
They won 2 in the MVP.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's healthy again, great player. I would, and a lot of people would maybe get sick of the Dodgers. I don't. I kind of like the Dodgers, and I wouldn't mind seeing that. But you know, the Mets are a great story too.
They are.
So right now, I'll go with the West Coast. Though. I'll go Angels, Dodgers.
You got it, man. I put a little bet on the Angels the other day at 25-1.
25-1. You got 25-1.
Yeah, you still can. You still can get it. Go
That's
to
pretty good.
mybookie.com right now.
I don't blame him.
What's a little bet for Maz?
$20.
Okay. All right.
How's that?
What are you
That's
making
not
on
bad.
that?
Okay.
$400,
Yeah.
$500?
That's it. I know a small bet for you is like $500.
Yeah.
I gotta watch my
look,
pennies.
I have a problem, all right?
I gotta watch my pennies. Tony, thanks a million for coming in today.
Guys, thanks for having me. Good
Appreciate
Love
it,
the
man.
studio.
Thank you, man. We got to make you more a part of it.
Yeah, there we go. If I can find
Paul.
better parking,
I know.
hear more
Birmingham's like that. Did you go to the garage?
I went to the garage. I
Okay.
tried to park out front, but I think that's where all you bigwigs park.
No, we park across the street.
No, fair enough.
We have to leave this for our customers.
All right, fair enough. Gotta
All
get a
right.
haircut.
Lady Jane Studios. Come on. And Birmingham Roast.
Absolutely. Well, we got to tell you about all the great work that the people over at the Sports Marketing Agency are doing. Sam?
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com. That is thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
And we're back here on The Bottom Line. Myself, Adham Beydoun, joined by Tom Mazawey. Of course, Flannel Sam in the audio booth, and then there's Fletch. I don't know how you guys deal with Fletch. Congratulations. God bless you
Hey,
guys.
thanks to Tony Paul from the Detroit News for dropping
Paul's
by
awesome.
and dropping some knowledge on us. Not great news if you're a Tiger fan, that you really can't even go down to AAA Toledo besides picking up Akil Baddoo.
Sitting there eating double cheeseburgers instead of figuring out how to get talent on the team.
So you can get Akil Baddoo up here and maybe Cody Clemens for a cup of coffee. Daz Cameron's up here. He's not going to be up here
Cup
long.
of coffee, that's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to remember, he traded away Verlander and JD for a condom. So
Yep. Well,
a coffee, I'll
Daz
take a
Cameron's
coffee
one
right
of those players, by the way. So
I'll
and
take
he's a 4A player. You heard Tony. That sucks.
Yeah.
When you do that, when you strike out there, I mean, you traded your two best chips and you got nothing.
There's only one other thing that comes to my mind of what you can mess up that could totally mess you over, and that's missing at the #1 overall pick in football.
Of course.
And speaking of the #1 overall pick, there's been a list that was put together.
Mm-hmm.
We totally disagree on this, so I'm excited to look at it.
I kind of like it.
Since the year 2000, ranking the 10 best #1 overall picks since the year 2000. So I'll already start where I have a
Go
problem.
from back. Well, start from back. We'll start with number 10.
I already have a problem with Mario Williams being up there at number 10. I don't agree with it at all. Honestly, this is ridiculous. Like, how Kyler Murray is not 10 over him is unbelievable to me. Joe Burrow should be in there. He's already, there he is at 8, actually. Never mind. Kyler Murray should be there over Mario Williams. And if I had to take one more player, honest to God, I would take Alex Smith on that list over Mario Williams, but we'll continue it. Carson Palmer at 9, Joe Burrow at 8, Jake Long, Michigan man at 7, Andrew Luck at 6. Totally fair, even though I think he should be higher over the 2 guys after him. Hell, the 3 guys after him. Michael Vick, Myles Garrett, Cam Newton at 3, Matthew Stafford number 2, and then Eli effing Manning.
Easy.
At number 1, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Have to give him his dues. There has to be context when we talk about Eli Manning. It's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. One of the very few quarterbacks to beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl.
He's kryptonite.
He is allegedly his kryptonite.
2 of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history. He pulled off.
He did.
2 great throws, 2 great catches.
Out of his ass.
Manningham and Tyree, great catches, but great throws to escape both times.
Those were throws that if he tried 1,000 times, he maybe have hit them once or twice again. Those throws made no sense. I don't think he's the best number 1 overall pick since the year 2000. I just don't. What are we ranking this on? That's what I want to understand. Career? Is it the best player? How they panned out?
I think everything. I mean, Joe Burrow at number 8, he's going to move up.
Absolutely. And
as long as he stays healthy.
Yep, it's early for him. I think that's fair to have him at 8.
By the way, Joe Burrow, did you hear what he told Pro Football Talk yesterday? Joe Burrow said he actually checked down to hit
Jamar Chase,
but he didn't have one more second to throw that ball, and we all know he was wide open.
Oh.
He was wide open.
So
that was the play.
So you're telling me it's there's value in getting pressure on quarterbacks? Huh.
Aaron Donald.
What do I know?
Aaron Donald could have been MVP. Should have probably been MVP.
I didn't
of that game. But Joe Burrow actually checked down to Jamar Chase, and he would have won the Super Bowl for the Bengals on the freaking
Could you
last
throw
play.
up the list, Spencer? Because I do want to explain my reasoning to Maz. And Maz, again, this is not a shot at the career of Eli Manning.
Okay.
He will get in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he will.
And he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame at this point.
Andrew Luck was a stud.
Let me walk you through this.
Go ahead.
The NFL posted their top 10 rankings of the best first overall picks since 2000.
This
now,
is the NFL.
I'm going to assume. Yep, I'm going to assume team accolades matter, individual performance, individual accolades.
Correct.
If we're going to take all of it into consideration, Eli Manning should not be number 1.
Okay, who should?
Matthew Stafford should be number 1.
Come on.
Matthew Stafford should be number 1. Never has Eli Manning performed at the level Matthew Stafford has. And even for all his playoff successes, Matthew Stafford in his first season outside of Detroit, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks in a row to end up hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. All he's missing is a Super Bowl.
I guess it wasn't his fault he was here.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I would say Myles Garrett's too high on the list. I would have Eli Manning top 3. And to be honest, I would say 2 more than 3.
How about Cam?
Cam Newton, I think, should be at 4. I think you should move up Andrew Luck to 3. Cam Newton had such a good start and such an awful ending. Never back-to-back winning seasons. I'm not sure why he's so high on the list. Michael Vick,
Well, he was a freak, man. He was. He was like a unicorn.
Yeah, but
he was
a losing unicorn.
Well, that's because he didn't dive on that ball in the Super Bowl. That didn't help him.
He was a losing unicorn. They never had back-to-back winning seasons with a quote-unquote franchise quarterback.
Okay.
Myles Garrett's too high on the list.
Oh, come on. He's still coming, man.
That's my point. It's a bit early. I think he should be 7. Hell, I could be okay with 6. He's not top 5 right now.
How about Jake Long?
Jake Long, I think, should be higher, actually. I mean, you're
That's
talking
a winner.
Stalwart at the position. And then there's guys that aren't on this list that I think it's a crime.
Let's hear him.
That Eric Fisher's not on this list. I think it's a crime that Alex Smith is not on this list.
I love Alex Smith.
I think Alex Smith was actually turned out very good. Was he number 1 overall, Peyton Manning type? No, he wasn't. But he was a damn good football player.
And he was in Braylon's class. Aaron Rodgers was in that class as well.
I would take Alex Smith over every quarterback on this list except 1 and 2, and of course Joe Burrow.
All right, Michael Vick at number 5.
It's too high. What did Michael Vick do? Came to the league, impressed, NFC title game with Atlanta, and
if he didn't get in trouble, where would he be?
I'm not
maybe?
taking that into consideration.
But if he didn't get in trouble, that interrupted his career.
I think it benefited his career, actually.
Really?
Yeah, falling into Andy Reid, I think he looked good in Philly for those
Good
few
point.
years.
Good point.
If he would have stayed in Atlanta, I don't think it would have worked out. I actually
Mario Williams, I don't see his name on here. I mean, I don't think why he should be on
I'm
there.
not sure why. He was a Pro Bowler 4 times. Wow. Hall of Famer.
Who else would you put up? What other number one overall guys besides Alex Smith?
Alex Smith and Eric Fisher, I think, should be on this list over those two.
And this is in the last 20 years. We want to make that clear.
Years. Kyler Murray, I think it's too early. He hasn't proven anything, but I mean, he has what, 2 Pro Bowls now? He's already halfway there in terms of the Pro Bowls that Mario Williams
I just don't like how he finished last year and how the Cardinals themselves
I don't like how short he is.
year.
I think that's a problem, but at the end of the day, there are 21 players.
Drew Brees was small. Drew Brees is small.
Drew Brees had the brain of Albert Einstein and could actually throw the football. Kyler Murray,
he's got a hell of an arm, man.
A hell of an arm, but boy, is it unconventional. He doesn't repeat common throws often, and that's a big problem for a quarterback. You have to be able to hit the simple throws sometimes more than the home run shots. So, yeah, I'd rather have Eric Fisher and Alex Smith on that list over Mario Williams. And to be honest with you, I like Palmer on there at 9. I think Stafford should be 1. I think he's the better quarterback. I think he's the better player. I think on that list he is the best quarterback. I think the only one that could rival him, Maz, would be Andrew Luck. But Andrew Luck didn't play long enough, and that's not fair to Luck.
That's too bad he got injured like that. It's too bad.
Very unfortunate for Luck, because honestly, if Luck's still in the league right now, who's to say this Colts haven't won a Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the rosters they've put together.
Oh yeah, they've been my dark horse the last 2 years. I'm betting on them again this year. They could win that division. The Titans won it last year. Do you see the Titans repeating? Do you see the Titans repeating as a champion in that AFC South?
No, it's the Colts here.
I think the Colts.
I think the Titans will take a step back.
I love Matt Ryan there.
I don't love the receivers out in Tennessee. Vrabel, they're relying on a rookie wide receiver. If Treylon Burks is going to be fantastic, they'll be
They just signed him, by the way. He just got his contract.
Good for him. But, why is Mario Williams on this list? Because he's a Pro Bowler 4 times? The Pro Bowl's a fan award, isn't it? It's not even something you take seriously anymore. When I was growing up, it was an honor to be named to the Pro Bowl. Now they don't give a hell.
No,
they don't give a rip.
They really don't.
I think it's a joke.
The last 15 years, especially.
So yeah, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler. I don't care. That makes no sense. It makes no sense at all to me. Yeah, that's my problem with the list. Again, I don't have a problem with Eli. I think he's top 3. I would put him at 2 on this list. I'd move Luck up to 3, and I'd have Stafford at number 1.
Okay,
That would be,
I'm not going to argue with you.
That would be my pick.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I think individual performance also
It's
matters.
2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, 1 and 2.
Yes, and Eli was great in the postseason. He was never great in the regular season. And I think that counts for something at the end of the day. You have to play those football games at a high level. Led the league way too often in interceptions. The consistent 7-9, 9-7 wild card Super Bowl, then go 3-13, and then wild card Super Bowl, and then 4-12, and then.
Just remember that he had to play in his brother's shadow too. I mean, to have
that
Peyton
was
Manning
difficult. The
go
fact
ahead.
that he spawned 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks is insane enough.
And he's got his grandson Arch Manning ready to some damage.
That kid, I hope he's a good man.
Now that's
I think
Cooper's
that's so
kid.
cool.
That's Cooper Manning's kid. Yeah.
I hope Cooper's kid's
Wouldn't
better
that
than
be-
both
wouldn't
Eli
that be
and
great?
Peyton. That would be awesome.
Now Cooper handles all the financial stuff for the Manning family, so don't think Cooper is the failure brother of all of these guys. He might not have been he got hurt. I think he got sick at one point. That's why he really didn't make it in football. But here he is. He covers. I think he probably makes more money than all of those guys covering their money.
100%.
Taking care of the Mannings. Taking care of the Mannings.
Oh,
hey, we got to
God.
talk a little NHL. What do you think?
I'm
little
all
Stanley
for it.
Cup playoffs. Did you
I'm
stay up
all
last
for
night,
it.
or did you go to
Of
bed?
course, of
You
course.
stay up and then you wake up
me,
early. Good for
me,
you.
My family, the way I was raised, there are things you don't move off the couch for. Obviously, NFL Sundays.
Oh
right?
yeah, that doesn't
And the
count.
That's a given.
Yeah.
Baseball playoffs when the Tigers are in it. It's very difficult, at least for my family, to watch baseball, playoff baseball, unless it's maybe the World Series and it's just 2 really good teams. We were fortunate enough to obviously watch 2006 and then the 2010s with the Tigers. But playoff hockey, I will watch anything.
It's good. Real good.
That is the one sport in the house outside of football that if playoff hockey's on TV, me and my dad will sit and watch it.
Guess what, man? I hardly watched a regular season game this year, NBA or NHL, but I'm completely bought in on the playoffs, and that's just the way I roll, man. College basketball, way too many games for me in a regular season. Once the Big Ten season starts, I'll start paying attention. But once March hits, I'm locked and loaded. And I think they played way too many regular season games. Just get to the freaking playoffs for me, please. Last night, the Lightning against the Panthers. Panthers, the President's Trophy winners. The Lightning, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, trying to three-peat. Last night, matter of fact, 39 years ago till the day, was the Islanders' last win in the Stanley Cup. They won 4 cups in a row, last team to do that, and it was 39 years ago last night. And the Lightning come back in that third period and beat the Panthers, who just are playing from behind the entire playoff. Then nothing they're doing is easy. The Capitals, with Ovechkin, almost beat them 8 versus 1. That's in hockey, man. An 8 team can win the cup. An 8 team in the NBA, they got no chance. Absolutely no chance. That's why hockey is so great. And now you're down to the final 8. Tonight, you're going to have a great game. Oh, last night's doubleheader game was amazing. The Blues and the Avalanche till 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, man.
The Avs
amazing.
won the game. And the Avs, I think,
they outshot them 13-0 in overtime. Craig Binnington for St. Louis stood on his head like the kid for the Dallas Stars did the other night.
You know, I have a team that I'm rooting for subconsciously because I think it's good for the game, and that's Connor McDavid and the Oilers.
I'm with you.
I want them to win. And I want them to at least get to the Stanley Cup because, look, hockey fans, they
got to see this kid.
They have to see him in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's a must. You must have him in the Stanley Cup Finals. Him, Draisaitl, that combination. It is.
Their goalie's hurt. He's 40 years old. Mike Smith never really won much of anything. That's where Kenny Holland might have made a mistake. I think you needed a goaltender. I think Calgary can beat them in the Battle of Alberta.
Calgary's a good team.
It's going to be a great game tonight.
Calgary's a good team, and that's good for Canada. I don't like Canada personally.
That's why I wanted Toronto to win. I wanted 3 shots for Canada to maybe be in there.
Yeah, I wish there was a possibility where the Oilers and the Flames could get eliminated because I have cleared disdain for the Canadians. I think they're a bunch of weasels. But I would be rooting for the Oilers to get the Stanley Cup final, Maz. Big fan of Connor McDavid. Is such a phenomenal hockey player. I mean, what he's doing right now, can we agree? The defenses now, and especially goaltending, is much better than it's ever been in the sport of hockey.
They're different guys. They're different.
You put
builds.
Connor McDavid back when Gretzky was playing, or Gordie Howe was playing, and I know that's not fair to compare eras, but the point I'm making is the dude's putting up 120-plus points in a league that is designed for you not to do it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about
he was
how
amazing.
great he is.
Well, same with Austin Matthews in Toronto. 60 goals.
60 goals, unheard of.
Yeah.
Even Ovi, he hasn't done that.
Well, he's
God
older
knows how
now.
long.
Yeah, but he's older
It's been
now.
a minute.
Yeah.
We're talking 8 years probably since Ovi's done it. So it's been a while since anyone's gotten close to that 60 number.
Canes and Rangers tonight too. Watch out for the Hurricanes. I think they're going to be the best in the East.
I think they're the most complete team
in the East,
outside
especially
of Colorado.
Yeah, it could be Colorado against Carolina in the final. I want some Canadian teams in there. We'll see how it goes. The Battle of Florida is not over yet. Never count out the Lightning. When you count them out, they show you why they're the champs.
How about that? Robbie Grossman out again. Life is so normal.
5-1, by the way. Tigers losing, so they're going to be playing at Cleveland starting on Friday. They get the day off tomorrow. So
I could never do
Tiger
this
fans
time
get a
slot
break.
every single day. Sit there, watch the Tigers get their ass kicked from 1 to 4.
Hey.
Live from 2 to 4. There for all the misery. Yeah.
In the morning, you have such hope. In the morning, when you do your show,
there's hope.
you have hope.
There's coffee.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
You got Maddie doing your commercial spots for you.
Like I'm pampered in the morning.
You're the king.
Here I'm treated. Look at this, Willie Castro. What a bum.
I got some good videos of the day coming up for you.
Ooh, I can't wait. Videos of the day coming up in a few minutes with Maz. I'm really excited. Maz, we got to see the Heat and the Celtics last night. Tonight, real quick.
Warriors
and
Mavericks.
The Mavericks. Who do you got in the series?
Oh, I got the Warriors winning the whole thing. I picked them since day one. I love the addition of Klay Thompson. I love what they're doing. I love Steph Curry. I'll root for him against anybody. I think they're the most complete team in the NBA. I think they run the table. I don't know how many games it'll take to beat the Mavs, probably 6. But I like the Warriors to win tonight, cover the 5, and win the whole damn thing.
I'm with you on the Warriors. I mean, it's a great bet. I think they're a great team. I think you have a problem trying to stop Poole, Clay, and Steph. If one of them's off, the other can compensate for it. And I don't expect all of them to be off on a given night.
How lucky is Poole, Jordan Poole, to be
I think
drafted
he
by
got
that
into
team?
the best situation.
Yep, he
Go to the
fell
G
that
League,
team.
develop your game, and then bank. There you are. Unbelievable.
Playing with those guys.
Unbelievable. When we get back, Maz's videos of the day. But before we do, you guys got to tell me about the Folding Warehouse.
You know it by now. The Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. Chris and Noni Hutt, your host. Chris invented the game. He'll be there to tell you all the rules. It's my two favorite games, football and bowling. I bowled pretty well last night. Won a jackpot, too. Our team only won one game, but I digress. The Folding Warehouse, 2 ways to play, $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation, 10 or 12 of your closest friends and family. That costs you $120, 2 hours you got the place for. So take your time, do whatever the heck you want. They'll take great care of you. Bring your own food in, have it delivered, plenty of room to spread out and enjoy it. And, of course, the bar is high, as Marty Morningweg would say. 100 beers, the $2 mystery beer machine, and more. Get your fold on. Do it now. Perfect day for it today. FoldingWarehouse.com.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
Right now, for just $0 down and $10 a month, you can get your Planet Fitness membership. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness nearby. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
All right, Les Stanford, ladies and gentlemen. It's no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. You got to make a plan. Allocation coming in for the lease and a purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford also has over 350 pre-owned cars in their lot right now. What the hell are you waiting for?
Exactly.
But let's get into it. Maz's videos, as Ryan would say, of the day, brought to you by Les Stanford. Let's check them out. What do we got?
And now it's time for Maz's videos of the day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
I got some good ones for you today. I know you're out there waiting. I'm always digging around. Now, who watched, along with me and Braylon, who watched Winning Time on HBO, the story of the LA Lakers on HBO? I loved it, season 1. Did you get a chance to watch it, Adam?
No.
You didn't watch Winning Time? I highly recommend you do it.
I haven't watched TV.
Yeah, I know. You don't have much time.
I haven't watched TV in maybe 3.5, 4 years outside of professional sports.
Gotcha.
I've never opened Netflix, Amazon.
So you don't pay much on your
Paramount.
TV then, TV bill?
No, my wife does. She watches all that crap.
Okay. I'm exploding. My TV bill is exploding. Anyway, Winning Time, the story of the Lakers, and I want you to see a scene. Check out this roller skating cameraman. You want to be a cameraman, Fish? I know you're out there watching. This is how you become a cameraman.
Camera and action.
How cool is that, huh?
I like that.
Isn't that great?
I appreciate that.
That takes
effort.
you inside how they shoot a TV series. I never saw anything like that.
I appreciate the effort. So whoever that camera guy is, congratulations.
Pretty damn cool.
Very well done.
How about you there, Sammy? No, you're a big TV guy and movie guy. Could you do something like that?
No, because I would fall because I can't roller skate worth crap. But
Gotcha.
fortunately for me, I like being behind the microphone and not so much the camera.
All
so
right.
I won't have to worry about that. Fish, get your rolling skate. Fix up your rolling skating skills, man.
Hey, check this out, guys. There's always a honey-do list for us husbands at home. And this wife actually asked her husband, "Hey, honey, can you help me just move these cinder blocks? Just hold them a little for me while I just move some stuff around." She kind of let go of one. Fletch, you got to show that again. Honey, can you just help me hold this just for a quick second? Adam, has that ever happened to you? Ouch, that poor guy. That poor man.
I am against domestic violence, but if there was ever a reason to smack your spouse, that was it.
Oh, man. Does that hurt or does that hurt?
That hurts. It's not going to hurt as much as the punch that follows up that. Oh, my God. How do you not pay attention?
Wow.
Poor guy.
It feels like what my wife would do because my wife is like always doing a million things at once, and I could just see her doing something like that to me. Although she's the boss of the family anyway, so I guess I had it coming to me. Here's one for you guys. You think that's bad? Check out this car crash. Watch it all the way to the end. I can't even believe what happens. And look at the poor pedestrian, by the way. Look at that. Do you see that? What just happened?
Okay.
A guy passed a red light. You can play it as we're talking again. A guy passes the red light, T-bones that car, flips it, almost hits the pedestrian, and winds up on another car coming up to the red light.
How? Okay, so he's alive. Cool. So I was worried about this guy.
He's walking.
So he's alive.
Here comes the T-bone.
All right.
Now that car's flying.
And it lands
on a car. It
on
just misses him. Right there. And now it lands on another car that's just innocently driving up to the intersection.
That is hilarious.
I don't know how the person that got T-boned did, but it looks like everyone else was okay.
Well, I hope everyone's okay.
In that
Holy
video.
hell.
But is that unbelievable? I never seen anything like that.
Man, you talk about having 9 lives. That dude crossing the street is so lucky to be alive right now.
He certainly is. That's why it's hard to cross Woodward here. These 6 lanes of traffic, you take life into your own hands in Birmingham, Michigan. Here's one for you. You think taking life in your own hands is something? Let's go. Do you ever, first of all, if you go out on a boat and you're on vacation, would you ever want to get in one of those cages where they'll drop you down in the ocean and you could check out the sharks and stuff? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I mean, yeah, oh, yeah.
Cue the video.
Oh, my God. In the cage. Oh my God.
The shark got in the cage. Keep watching. Someone is in that cage still. And they went and hid at the bottom.
Oh, so they're alive.
Here they come. They survived. A shark got caught in this cage. Cue the Jaws music, man. They're pulling him up, and the person was okay. I don't know how. I don't know how that person's ever going to sleep again, let alone I can't believe he is alive.
Holy hell.
Is that unbelievable?
That is insane.
By the way, Isak Paredes has now hit another home run.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's the guy. I told you when they traded for him, Ryan's like, we stole this. I'm like, hold your horses, Ryan. We didn't steal anything yet. He's going to Tampa Bay. Isak Paredes has 2 home runs against the Tigers. They just brought him up for this series. He's got 2 home runs against his old team. 6-1, by the way.
Are these his first major league at-bats?
No, he hit for the Tigers. He just couldn't get in the lineup, and he
was
wasn't
in and
very
out
good
last
up here.
year.
Huh?
He was in and out.
Yeah.
He couldn't find a spot.
He couldn't find a spot.
That is insane to
So
me.
they deal him 1-for-1 for Austin Meadows. So it's 6-1. I got one more video for you, but that one really shook me up. You know Batman is my guy, all right? Gotham City, Batman patrolling.
I hate Marvel movies.
Yeah, but this guy is just pretending to be Batman.
Okay.
He saves. Look at Batman going to work for you.
See it.
Batman saved that woman. He just did you see what he did?
No, what? He picked her fat ass up?
Yeah, he's patrolling the city. Batman patrolling the
That's
city.
what Batman's doing in real life.
That's what he's doing.
That
Yeah.
just shows you how fake.
Oh, don't say that.
The movies are.
Oh, don't say that.
I hate Marvel movies. I think they're such a
You
crime.
don't like movies? You don't like TV? What do you like?
I think Marvel Comics is a joke.
Oh, my God.
I really do. Oh, is it
Come
DC?
on.
I don't
Yes,
know.
it's DC.
I don't know.
Superman and Batman
my wife
are
is
DC.
into all this stuff, and I just tell her how stupid it is.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Thanks for doing the show with me today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for
Get
not bullying
Ryan
me.
and Braylon back tomorrow.
I don't
And,
like Ryan right now.
How come?
I have beef with Ryan.
Why?
Because
you agreed with him that the Lions are going to win 10 games.
Yeah, but this whole like Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis thing, even with you,
still
like,
bringing that back?
Yeah, I want to hit you in the head.
That's
honestly,
fine.
With a
I
baseball
can't wait
bat.
till Malik Willis gets out on the field and shows you what he's got.
Yeah, I don't have a problem if they would have taken him in the 3rd round.
Right.
The fact that he was drafted number 2 overall or people wanted him number 2 overall is my problem.
So we were wishing that he was something that maybe he's not going to be. Okay?
Yeah, that's my problem.
Okay, but
same with Kyle Hamilton.
But you can get over that. Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore, he's going to be terrific in Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he found the right team to take him.
Of course, and he was taken probably where he should have been taken.
That's fine.
Which is fair.
He's got an axe
and
to
he'll
grind.
be a good player, and
Yeah.
that's okay. But you don't take a good player at number 2 overall. You take what the hell you need, which is either a quarterback, an offensive tackle, or a defensive lineman.
Who knew that Aiden Hutchinson would fall to number 2? We all thought he was a done deal till 3 days before the draft.
We'll take
He was
it.
going to go to the Jags.
We'll take it. I just insulted
get over it,
everybody
okay?
in the chat. I apologize about the DC Marvel BS.
Why? What are they saying to you?
No, they're just shocked. Look, guys, I'm sorry. Not my cup of tea. All right, I live, breathe sports. All right, and I was a developer in my early 20s. All I did was look at code.
You're still in your early 20s.
Yeah, it's true.
Mid-20s.
All right, here we are. That's the end of the show. Maz, it was fun. Thanks so much for having me, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Hey,
I
guys, thanks
appreciate
for
it.
helping out.
All of you that like DC and Marvel, go to hell. I'll see you tomorrow in the
Thanks for
morning.
Tony Paul and Pistons Talk.